New York Jets 0-3, and they have not looked good, Chris, the last couple of weeks. And it's raised questions about the job security of Adam Gase in his second season with the team. There was a suggestion earlier this week from Colin Cowherd that if they lose tonight, Gase is out. Cowherd was basing that on a report which the Jets have since refuted. Who knows what the truth is, but the report is that Christopher Johnson, the CEO of the Jets, has been calling around to agents to line up candidates to coach the team. Well, that doesn't mean that they're going to hire from the outside on an interim basis. Nobody does that. It would be Greg Williams most likely running the show for the rest of the year. This is about next year. That doesn't mean you're going to fire Gase now. If they get embarrassed by the Broncos in prime time,
that could be an issue.
That could be an issue. There's a report from NFL media that Gase is not going to be fired if the Jets should lose at home tonight to the Broncos. But here's my balancing act on this. Adam Gase stepped into a bad, dysfunctional situation that's going to take some time to fix, and it's a multi-year rebuild. But at the same time, you can't just give up. You can't have a team that doesn't seem like it's capable of even being remotely competitive in any game it plays.
Yeah.
That's the problem. You can't just mail it in until the rebuild is complete. You've still got to find a way to live in the house while you're rebuilding.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's no sizzle to the team, right? There's nothing that can get the Jets fans to gravitate towards them and just go, oh, wait, I feel good about this. I see the vision of where we're going here. That's the problem. And, I mean, you're right, too. Crap was left to Adam Gase when he took over there. I mean, that was crap. So, but I can't disagree with you. Right now, the way it's trending, it almost seems inevitable. And if they lost to this Broncos team that bad, listen, I think anything would be on the table. I do, because the Broncos, I mean, they're starting a third-string quarterback. They're a banged-up football team across the board. That would be a bad look. I mean, if they somehow lost by 10 points or something like that, I would be worried if I'm Adam Gase the next day. But, I mean, I think that's the big thing, too, though. I just, again, what was set up there for him beforehand is so bad, it's hard to have any sizzle at all, because there's nothing on the roster that can even remotely say, oh, they're not taking advantage of the full sizzle factor of what that guy can do. There's nobody there that do that. They're not missing out on anybody. The previous GM took Christian Hackenberg in the second round. He was an undraftable quarterback. It was the worst second-round pick in the history of football. I could throw better with my other arm, and they drafted a quarterback in the second round. That just tells you where the state of this franchise is right now, and I don't know what to say it. Sorry.
You've said plenty. But you're right. Look, they were trying to build from the outside in, not the inside out. Joe Douglas is trying to build from the inside out. The question is, will Adam Gase end up on the outside looking in if they just can't do something positive during this period of time where they're trying to get the players necessary to make the Jets into a contending team? All right, let's get through some of the props for the Thursday night game provided by our partners at PointsBet Sportsbook. Let's begin with a simple one. More passing yards. Brett, not Mark Rypien, or Sam Darnold?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with Sam Darnold, but I'm not confident about it. I'm not. I mean, Brett Rypien has better weapons at his disposal. It's not even close. It's not even close. The Jets wide receivers are really challenged in getting open. I know that I mean, look at the group. Without Jamison Crowder, it's a bunch of journeymen who can't get on a team for more than 2 or 3 years at a time, or guys that are really old and at the end of their career. So I'm going to go with Sam Darnold just because it's Sam Darnold, and I'm going to give him the respect, and I don't know what to expect from Brett Rypien. And the other thing is Greg Williams is creative, and Denver defense is beat up. So just because of that, I'll go with Sam Darnold. But I don't feel cozy as you should with Sam Darnold versus Brett Rypien.
Yeah, it should be. Third overall pick in the 2018 draft versus an undrafted guy from 2019. It's a no-brainer.
Right.
And I'm going to go Darnold in part two, because who knows, maybe it's going to be a revolving door. I think Vic Fangio, the coach of the team, left open the possibility of maybe some Jeff Driscoll being sprinkled in from time to time, or maybe just Brett Rypien gets benched,
right,
like Driscoll got benched last week. All right, Frank Gore, over, under 54.5 rushing yards. What do you got?
I'm going to go over just because the only thing that scares me is he just doesn't get enough carries. But if he's in there enough, I'm going to say over, because the Denver Broncos D-line is just Jarrell Casey, DeMarcus Walker, somebody else I'm missing, Von Miller, of course, but there's some another defensive tackle that I can't call in my brain right now with recall that's out, to where I just look at that, and then the Jets also got to realize that they're throwing challenged as is, that they need to rely on their running game a little bit. So I'll go with Gore on the over.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. And look, I just think that the Jets are finally getting the benefit of playing a team that's not very good, and the Broncos aren't very good right now because of all the injuries. Most receiving yards, Jerry Jeudy, the Broncos rookie, or the field?
I'm going to go with the field. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is definitely going to be in the conversation for the best wide receiver on the field tonight. That's for sure. He is the best. I'll say it right now. He is. But the competition's not very good. But I'm going to go with the field nonetheless, really because of a guy on his own team. Like, really, the guy that jumped out to me right away when I went, well, man, Noah Fant's really good, and he's been a big part of that offense. I could see a guy like Brett Rypien, who's, young guy, live over the middle, big target. There he is. I could see him. There's not a lot to read. So I'll go with the field, even though Jeudy is clearly the best receiver on the field tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'll go with the field as well. There's too many in the field, and it's not like Jerry Judy's Jerry Rice. If it's Jerry Rice, I'll take Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's too many other guys. There's too many other possibilities. Give me the field. All right. 18-1 odds. The Jets going 0-16 this season, plus 1,800. Is that a bet you're going to take?
No, it's not. I mean, I just feel like it's so hard to go winless, even though I know the Cleveland Browns have showed the ability to do that quite well. But no, I would not take that. I just think at some point they'll find the right team to get 1 or 2 wins or something like that. So no, I would not bet that. You would?
$100, you'd win 1,800.
Well, I mean, if I just feel like going away, but yes, okay, fine.
Well, look at the schedule, though.
Yeah. It's scary.
There aren't a lot of wins
Dolphins
screaming out on that schedule.
Yeah.
They've got the Dolphins twice in consecutive games with a bye in between. I don't know.
It's really
and then
scary.
If there's a coaching
actually,
change in season, who knows?
I know. It's scary. You're right. There's not a team out there. They're not.
They're going to be the underdog in every game.
Yeah.
They're going to be the underdog in every game. They're the underdogs tonight against the Broncos, for crying out loud.
That's insane. That's insane. But they're the worst team in football. And you're right. I mean, even looking at the schedule, that's scary. A little scarier than I thought. And the Dolphins are better than they are. So they might. Maybe I need to rethink that. Maybe I need to do that.
All right.
$100.
Number one pick in the 2021 draft. You going Trevor Lawrence or the field? Because all these winless teams are jockeying for position potentially to take Lawrence. He's minus 300 as the first overall pick in the draft via points bet. Justin Fields, the Ohio State quarterback, is next at plus 300. Lawrence or the field?
I'm going Lawrence. I am. I'm going to go out there and say it. I mean, a
year ago you would have said Tua over the field.
I don't think
a year ago right now.
I don't know if I would have. I like Justin Herbert more than him last year, for sure. I was always a Herbert guy. Burrow's the one that jumped in the scene and crossed everybody up a little bit. But the Jets are at a spot here where this is going to be very interesting. They go 0-16. Listen, Sam Darnold's not the problem. We know that. He's not. You can win football games with Sam Darnold. Is Sam Darnold a special talent? Absolutely not. We've already seen in that draft class, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are far more special than Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold. That's for sure. Trevor Lawrence is one of these guys that is going to make a team think, wow, we have a decent starter, but damn, this could be the next big thing. I mean, he can throw it as hard and as far as he wants. He's big. He's smart. He's played in big football games. He's running for 60-yard touchdowns against Ohio State, who's got a secondary that's full of 4-3 guys. I think that's a very real possibility is what I'm saying. I would not be shocked.
Right.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.